It's another wonderful day in Mount Dora, Florida. Busy day, and I got some things to talk about. I'm going to bring you along if you want to come with me today. Got a busy, action-packed schedule. But before then, I want to take my stroll because my steps. Anyways, picture up!
Yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful day. A brisk 58 degrees here in Mount Dora, Florida. I got to get my steps in today before I head into the studio for a busy day. Thankful to be here. But I figure, well, let me go back to this view because I feel like I'm robbing you of this peace on the lake. Look at that. Just look at that, folks. It's beautiful. There's people gathered around over there, somewhere around there. They probably see an alligator or something. Tourists, they get fascinated with gators. Hey, what do they have out there? What are they catching there? Crabs? They don't have crabs in. Do they have crabs in freshwater lakes? What is that? What are they trying to catch? Is that a gator trap? Interesting. What is that? If anybody knows what that is, please let me know. This is a freshwater lake, and I have no idea. What would they be trying to trap in there? Interesting. Huh. That's pretty cool, I guess. Now I'm intrigued. Intrigued what's going on. So, yeah, figured just doing a walk and talk and basically get some steps in. I mean, I think a couple days ago, I looked at my steps because it was raining after I got done in the studio. It was raining. I only got like 836 steps. Yesterday was, driving around, but I still got, over 3,000, close to 4,000 steps in. So just figured today I would try to walk a little bit before I head in there just so I can keep up with everything. Man, that guy's got the job right now. He's fishing. Never was so much into fishing, but I can understand that. I get it. There's like so much peace with that. Just being out. I did have boats in the past, and there's just no better feeling being out on the water. Not so much this time of year because it's freezing. It's literally ice cold. Ice cold. But I need to ask you guys some things, and maybe by the time you guys see this, it's probably already happened, and it'll be irrelevant. But in any event, I recently, well, not recently. Well, I'm kind of excited because I've been talking to this artist. If you see some other vlogs, she's a really talented artist. Her name is Sweden. And, we started talking back and forth on Instagram back in 2024. So it's been a long process. And I think in the times, and she lives in Dallas, Texas. I'm here in Mount Dora, Florida. I used to live in Dallas, Texas, temporarily there for a while, but that was before I knew her. So anyways, we just started talking more in an interest with music and going back and forth, really talented singer. And we just developed this really good friendship. And I went to Dallas a couple times, not to go see her because I was traveling with a music artist, and she stopped by and said hello. It was like maybe for like 30 minutes or so. The second time she came by and said hi, and she hung out for like 30 minutes. So no really like face-to-face, I shouldn't say face-to-face because we've done a lot of FaceTime, but like in-person interaction. So she's coming down here next week to spend some time, her and her daughter, and I'm excited about it, but also kind of nervous. I think the good thing is we have such a great friendship established. If something happens beyond that, that's great. If it doesn't, we're still friends, but kind of interested, I was like, dang, she's finally going to make it here to Mount Dora, Florida. I just think that's awesome. Man, now that I'm thinking about it, being on that boat has me fascinated of wishing I was that guy sitting on that boat, contemplating life. What is that guy thinking right now? And most guys, when they're on boats, fishing. I'm not a fisherman, so what do you think when you're on the boat? What is it you think? You just don't think about anything? Or, because he's not on his phone, he's just sitting there fishing. So yeah, we're in lovely Mount Florida. It's beautiful, but today's kind of cold a little bit. Cold, crisp. And if you're not in the sun, it's chilly for Floridians, for sure. For sure, it's cold. And, it's going to get down low to 29 tonight, I think. And then tomorrow, during the day, it's back up to 70. Yeah, bipolar Florida this time of year. You get some cold temperatures, and then it's right back to the scheduled program of the 70s, or the 80s for that matter. I think it might be getting up to the 80s next week. But I'm no meteorologist, so don't bank on my predictions of the weather on that. But yeah, I'm just excited about possibilities and things that are happening with just life right now. I love being busy. I don't like to stay stagnant. So even like today, I had, maybe an hour before I needed to be in. I said, let me just go down to Mount Dora and get some steps in. A friend of mine, I don't know if I'm going to vlog it, but tonight he reached out. I've known him since I was 4 years old. He's actually going to be in town. He said, hey man, you want to grab dinner? I said, yes, absolutely. It'd be great to see you. So excited about that. It's awesome. Typically though, around this place, you're not going to really find too many gators around here this time of year, because most of the time, if you do find them, they're going to be like gravitating towards sunny areas. But it's rare. More in the springtime, they're really active during mating season. And you just don't definitely go in the waters at all here in Florida, because yeah, it's just dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It's so nice and beautiful out here. This is a different mixture. I need to add this into my walking places where I like to decide to walk, because it's just so nice and peaceful out here. Mix it up a little bit instead of getting on the trails when I have time. And it's close to the studio too. So in between stuff, maybe I can come down here and walk. Peaceful. I mean, most people, once they find about Mount Dora, Florida, they really they gravitate towards it. If I could describe it anything like this time of year, like if you go more in downtown area, reminds me like a small towns like in California. Like if you make a West Coast trip and go from like Sacramento down to LA and just follow the coastline. A lot of towns like that. There's a lot of small towns that are like that here in Florida. For sure. What is this? It says, I love obesity and diabetes. It says Burger King or McDonald's. What do you prefer? I think I prefer a Burger King Whopper, but the McDonald's fries. Can I pick both sides? I don't know. In any event, I love obesity and diabetes. I guess someone wrote that originally, and then someone added that as well. I never understood when people wrote on walls and things. I'm like, hey, you have to have your grammar up to par. And now it's unexcusable, because now you should have spell check on your phone. You could Google like the spelling, but nevertheless, I never really understood it. But it's really, really peaceful out here. Probably went down during one of the hurricanes there. Fell. Just walk by these family. The guy goes, we'll let this guy go first so he can protect us. I was like, what? Is there something in the woods that I'm not aware of? Crazy. I don't think I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go back this way. I went that way before. It's kind of grungy. But in any event, I'm kind of tired from yesterday. It was a long night last night. But it's been great. It's been great just doing this vlog more than anything has been, it's given me like creative inspiration. And I think when I do this more, and all I'm doing is it's muscle memory, because I've always been a storyteller, director, you know, worn a lot of hats in my lifetime. And it's always been geared around storytelling. You know, so with this, I'm very excited about this because it keeps me on edge. And it's not perfect. The camera is not perfect. There's no perfect shots. It's very organic. And I've always loved vlogging. I've done it for a very long time. Had different channels over the years. But I love it. And I love the challenge of just share a couple things that's on your mind and being able to put that out daily. And just very organic, very unedited type of material. So I was thinking about getting a smaller camera and do some B-roll shots, and maybe I will at some point. I just want to challenge myself of how much I can put in daily into this project and document every single day. I think it's a challenge for me. It's going to keep my muscle memory going and to always improve communicating. Oh, what was that? Is there Sasquatches out here? Oh, not. Sometimes when you're out in the woods, you might see a bear. I don't think there's any bears out here. Might. Most places you don't think there's bears. There are bears. But hopefully you can take that from this channel. Again, my goal is to bring you in to my everyday life, and not that it's anything exciting, but just bring you in and working this in to the mix, having this camera present without freaking people out. Because most people still see this with technology today. They see you with the camera or whatever, they look at you a little bit different. And some people don't want to be on camera, so you got to be aware of that. I always say that. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to where this is going to go. And it may not go anywhere, but I'm going to stay with it because it brings me joy and happiness. It's the whole reason why I started the channel in the first place. This brand new channel. Started off fresh, didn't tell a soul about it. So whoever comes, they come. YouTube is responsible for bringing in the audience. Not selling, not sharing it on social media. I'm just doing it daily. It says danger, alligator habitat. Oh my God. Believe it or not, this sucker right here, I would not want to cross paths with. I think I'm just getting scared standing by this fake statue of it, because a long time ago, several years ago, 20 years ago, I used to have a boat. We used to come on this chain of lakes. I was married. What is this guy? Old Joe. It says, on Lake Dora at the turn of the 19th century, an alligator named Old Joe would be seen cruising these waters. The captains of the paddle wheel boats would point out Old Joe, the largest, fiercest, and most respected alligator on the lake. It was said that he would not only fish, but he would also eat deer and other large animals. Today, when you see an alligator, you are seeing one of the Old Joe's offspring. Like him, they are dangerous, and they are to be respected. Boom. Well, I believe Old Joe was that big. That's crazy. Now these waters, we used to, when I was married a long time ago, we used to have a boat, we used to bring it in here. We had several boats, but when we lived in this area at that time, lived on a Popka, we'd bring the boat in. These chains of lakes are connected. You could pretty much go to the St. Johns River, and I think possibly out to the ocean off these lakes. So with these lakes, if you're not familiar with Florida, there is definitely alligators in the lake. And the story I'm about to share about what we just saw about Big Joe, the statue, I can tell you there's no the truth by any imagination of how those things get so large. So I need to flip the camera back. I'm just going to walk and talk, not have the camera on me because the sun's beating down on this. So let me fix that. So anyways, had a large, good-sized boat, not too big. I mean, you could probably fit 12, lucky, the version of the boat. So we take it, drop it in the water here, and then we would go up the river, up that way. And then if you go past that, there's Lake Tavares, and then there's also the Dora Canal, which goes past that. Then you get into Lake Eustis, and then from there you can head into another river, which is like some restaurant that we used to go and eat at night. So we'd come down when the sun was going down and go drive. But in Dead River, back in the lakes there, we saw an alligator in that canal all the time. He was probably the size of Big Joe, no joke. And then there was all these kids swimming down the river. And, you know, my ex-wife, she had no fear. She would just jump in the middle of the lake and they go, the gators are not in here. And actually, the bigger gators actually are in the middle of the lake, believe it or not. That's where they dwell. It's a territorial thing. Not an expert on that. Maybe ask Savannah at Gatorland about that, but I don't know. But anyway, saw that gator. These kids were swimming, and I pointed, the thing went down. We saw it, we were just like cruising on the boat. I go, that's the reason why I don't go in the lakes. And then a couple days later, you know, this is, you know, America Online days. I think still, no, maybe not. Maybe it was like 2000, maybe 2000, 2001. I don't know. We basically, I was reading the morning news on the internet, and it said gator attacks a kid swimming in the canal. So apparently, after we left that place, that same weekend, that gator attacked those kids swimming, and they could not find the kid. The kid was killed instantly. It was dragged. They finally found the gator, destroyed the gator, and folks, to this day, that's why I don't get in the lakes. And I know that's a morbid story, but it happened. So if you're visiting and want to visit Florida, we will welcome you here. I think the safe bet is go to the springs, but even the springs, you can see the water. But sometimes they have to close down the springs because of gators. But typically, the rangers are on top of that stuff. But just be aware. Don't go in murky water here. It just is not very wise. There's the old railroad, which is non-functional anymore. It was like several years ago, like 10 years ago, I think they had some kind of tourist train that would bring people into Mount Dora down to Tavares and then back into Orlando. But yeah, a lot of the track's gone now, back that direction, the train tracks. Old railroad tracks. Actually, if I went straight down the railroad tracks that way and walked them, that would take me right to Blue Jay Studios. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have just left my car in Mount Dora and walked that way. All right, confession, I got sidetracked. And I didn't really want to record it because there's so many copyrighted music in that facility. But as I'm talking about getting my steps in, again, the sun could mess up the shot, but who cares? As I was talking about getting my steps in, I realized I ate an early lunch. I ate like around 10 o'clock. It's like midday. It's close to like 2:30. I was walking in this place called the Yardery, which I have a lot of points there. So I said, man, I just need something to drink. And I need something. So I got like fries. I ordered fries and she brought me loaded fries. And I ate like half of them. Not good. It's counterproductive for what I'm trying to do. But I got to walk back to the car and then head to the studio. Beautiful day. But those loaded fries were the bomb, I'm telling you. I used to be a guy that loved Christmas. I still do. Last couple of years, several years, it's just been tough. Because I don't have that traditional family unit. My kids are older. I'm single. But I always loved Christmas. When the kids were younger, I would want to get the Christmas tree up like November 1st, you know. But I was always particular about Christmas decorations in general because, like you see right there, they still have them out. Like the immediate January 1, immediately when Christmas is over, I said, get it down. I would literally start packing everything up. I don't like when people procrastinate and leave Christmas stuff up. It's like, man, it's time to get on for the new year. And most people will hate me about saying that because, I love Christmas. I'm going to keep my Christmas tree up and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. I'm not going to argue about it. just my opinion. I just want to get on with my my life. Live the new year. Christmas is over. Get over it. Get over it. Action news. Something's going on around here. Mount Dora police is down here for something. They got the lights on. Something's going on. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What are they doing? What's that? You got Chips Patrol here? Looks like they're doing some kind of photo op. Mount Dora police. Chips Patrol. Did you guys ever watch Chips Patrol? They're striking a pose, I guess, for their website. There's a famous Mount Dora big chair. Everybody has to get their photo op. Oh, sorry about that. I wasn't looking at the camera, but there's a chair right there. Blue Jay Recording Studios. He needs to get me like a card. I always have to like wait for him to come open the door for me.
I wanted to ask another really important question.
Sure.
So for this video, we really want to have, like, it's a very romantic song, very romantic video. We wanted to have, like, candles, and we were kind of wondering your policy on that and how that would work.
Usually we don't allow any open flames at all because it is a historic building. Okay. Just send me a text or give me a call.
Okay, perfect.
We're gonna put you guys on the map.
All right.
Okay, I'll get that invoice over to you. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Yeah, no, that's it. Just, yeah, I'll be expecting the invoice, and then if you can confirm the hours whenever you get a chance, that would be amazing.
You got it. I can text you back in just a bit on that.
Got it. Thank you so much, Nicole.
No problem. Thanks for giving me a call.
Absolutely. You have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Rah! No fucking candle.
Did you break in the toilet in there?
Well, not the first one.
Was it a pleasant experience?
No, it was pleasant. It was good. They got it well decorated.
I know, right?
Well,
You've been to other studios and get the rings in the toilet?
It's all good. It's a big step up from some other studio toilets we've seen.
When are you tracking vocals?
I'm not doing any vocals. We're using.
But you'll be here Monday too, right?
I'll be here all the days from.
So
start
maybe
to
if you
finish.
want, give me that lady's number, and I'll be here these several days. I'll be popping in and out, and then we can just drive over there on Monday. And we can just
Yeah.
like scope it out
Yeah, that works.
and look at the rooms, and then figure out some kind of alternative thing. Because I did talk to Gus about it. Gus is like, those fake candles is not going to give.
Yeah.
It'll look. I mean, he said the only way I could do it, but it would be extremely difficult because you could blur, but it wouldn't be around. So I was just came down here. The band's recording upstairs, but man, again, I just had an interesting conversation about faith, about God, and I wish I could have just documented it, but I think some things would take away the moment. But just to have that conversation that was happening was a beautiful thing. I wish somehow I could figure that out and capture those conversations. I used to be able to do it on radio with podcasting. Maybe I need to go back to that and get those, go deep with people. And then know they're being documented, Yeah, but pretty cool, man. The band sounded great upstairs. It's been a good day, man. So far, so good. Loving life right now. It's so beautiful.
It's out of control.
So what's shaking, man? I'm actually at the studio right
You're
now.
a big video producer now, thanks to me. Ha.
Thanks to you. I was already doing videos, bro.
You weren't a music video producer before?
Yeah, I was. I directed tons of videos before this last shoot. What are you talking about?
Well, I never heard of one.
Dude, in fact, when I was managing bands, I told Warner Brothers, because they kept screwing around, I actually got $30,000 one time. I said, give me the $30,000. We'll do the videos the way we want to do them. They go, oh, we're not going to do that. And then they cut us a check, and we shot 3 music videos, and they were the best they ever did. We won a bunch of awards for those, too. That was like back in the day. I was like, screw.
Well, I never knew anything about it. I just let you do it just for the hell of it. And all of a sudden, I got that shit everywhere.
That's good, man.
I mean, it's going crazy.
You got the hands. We're going to shoot the other one Thursday, man. It's coming Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Got a mansion here in Mount Dora. It's going to be dope, man. Yeah, this is what it's about right here. Look at that sunset on the lake. Yeah, so today was one of those days. Felt like I'm on to something. And nothing groundbreaking, nothing that breaks the internet. But foundationally, what I'm trying to do here, and I can't put my finger on it yet, but I think there's just moments, talked about it earlier, there's moments where I'd say this would be a great conversation. Great moments, intimate moments. And if I can somehow slide this camera into those conversations without people getting weirded out. Most people won't because they're creatives, they do it anyways. But if I can figure out a way to do that, this is gonna be something special. Like, I feel like on the creative side, I'll hit this peak. Or I'll go back to my other channel and just do more interview type base where I can go deeper with people on a level. But personally, just those new conversations are beautiful. But you also don't want to take that away of making that connection with somebody at the same time. But I'm back. Well, I never left downtown Mount Dora, but back down here. My friend's not going to get here till 8 something tonight. Got about an hour and 45 minutes to kill, so I'm just walking around, taking the sights in, getting my steps in for today. I'll go out on this deck today. There's so many cool places down here, you know. Love to have a place down here. Be beautiful, right on the lake. A simple life. That's what a lot of people want these days. Just a simpler life. For sure. We all want that deep down inside. Especially when you get older. You don't want to worry about too many things. Because life can get heavy for a lot of people. Lord knows I had my moments. That's for darn sure. But when you just take a minute and pause and you look at this, would you look at that? Like, all those problems seem to go away. And quite frankly, I don't have any of those issues right now, but I know a lot of people that I talk to are struggling with things in their life. And that's okay, man. It's part of the journey, right? It's part of the journey of figuring out life in general. We're all at different stages. But I'm figuring, man, this vlogging, once I decided to do a new channel and really do it every day, day 26 of this, I'm fulfilled, man. This is bringing so much out of me and pushing me to be more disciplined in my craft, the things I do for money. And this channel's never about that, but I'm thankful that it's re-energized me to do so. Just so many cool shots down here. So, I think I'm going to end it here. If I get bonus footage later on tonight, bonus footage. But, hey, remember, always document the journey, no matter what you're going through. Don't be so hard on yourself. Get something out there and just throw it out there, even if you don't release it. It's good therapy. It's helped me over the years just doing this. We'll catch you next time. Breathing hard, putting those steps in. On Creative, on the Mend.